So, your game lets players collect items, but what happens if you try to pick up an item that's under another item? Well, this. We don't want that, so let's fix it. All the information for an item we can pick up is stored inside a blueprint actor. Here, we can create code to dictate what happens when a player interacts with the object. Trying to get the object to automatically detect anything on it would be a nightmare to program. So instead, let's just manually tell the object what's on top of it. To do this, we create an array. Let's call it actors on top. We made the variable type actor so we can select any blueprint actor in the game. Click on the eye so we can edit the array for each item in the game. In the editor, we can select the item on the bottom, and under actors on top, we just click the plus icon to add an element to the array. We can then use the picker to select all the actors that are on top of it. Just like that, we now have a list of all the actors on top. But that was the easy part. Inside our blueprint, we now need to go through this list and check if there's any actors on top. We do this using the for each loop. It takes the array and goes down the list, doing something for each item on it. In our case, we want to see if that item actually exists, since when we do pick up an item, we delete it from the game. We just ask if the item on top is valid. If the item does exist, we can add this bool variable. Let's call it can't pick up. So if an item on top does still exist, we set can't pick up to true. And once we have gone through every item on the list, we then check if can't pick up is true. If it is, then we still know items exist and we should not be able to pick up the item. So we just show some text saying we can't pick it up. To stop the system locking up, whenever the player does interact with the item, we reset can't take to false and check the list again. That way it can stay false if there are no items on top. It's simple code, but it works. For bonus points, we don't even need to check the entire list. It doesn't matter if there's one item on top or 100, so we can replace the for each loop with break. That way, when we do find an actor on top, we just tell the system to stop checking the list and move on to the next step. It saves maybe a fraction of a millisecond here, but if you have a list with hundreds or thousands of items on it, you'll be thankful for everything that allows you to stop checking the list early. Hope you enjoyed this short insight into game development. Check out my game Horror Cartridge Collection in the links below, and stay tuned for more videos in future.